Workout Muse.
What did I say? It's range of motion, integration, tempo, stability, and loading. Obviously, the easiest one, okay? Let's go through each. Understand them. My trainers, we do kind of a jam session. We're going to do this in a second. Where basically, you guys are going to call out, like say, a knee dominant exercise, show me a stability progression, level 1, 2, 3. We're going to work through it together in partnership for about 5 minutes, get a feel for it. But the coolest thing is, when you get really good at this, within 15 seconds, you can design a workout. Not 15, but very quickly, and you can modify things in the fly, because you never know what's going to happen. Maybe your TRX falls off the wall. What's your modification? If you work within level 1, 2, and 3, understand progression, you don't need to worry about anything. You just know exactly what to do. So Joe Carabase, let's start stability, okay? Stability, Carabasi. Okay, my God. This guy's kind of wow. Stability, so basically changing your base of support and center of gravity. Let's take a front pillar as an example. So a level 1 front pillar would be a wide base and static in nature. I would never want to do it on the knees. If this was too difficult, I would extend the arms. It's going to be a little less, if you get some tricep assistance, that push-up position, it's not as difficult on the shoulders, but again, straight line from the head to the heels. That's a level 1 progression. If people dip the hips, they come to the knees, they gather, they reset, they get back up when they can. So strategic rest pauses as needed to keep the form right, and eventually as you progress, you eliminate those rest pauses as we go. Level 2 is kind of level 2 A and B. First level 2 is going one-legged. All right? Really focusing on squeezing the glute of the support leg to lock in the pelvis and prevent any sort of rotation. And you can tell on, between, he's got a little bit of rotation, so you got to work on that glute a little bit. Progressing from there, both feet on the floor, please, would be a one arm. So it's 3-point. You start at 4-point front pillar. Now we go 3-point, but again, progressing from leg to arm. Relax, okay? What would be third? Opposite arm leg, 2-point, right? So now we have the smallest base of support, and it really increases the challenge of the exercise. Now, I see a lot of this, people get into this position. It's not a core exercise. That's just like hanging on for dear life. So you gotta make sure you progress. And don't be afraid. Like, I get in there. I don't spend a whole lot of time talking during the work. I scream, and I make like eight sounds. But instead of wasting time with people that have lactic acid over the body and lack oxygen to the brain, if Joe gets into a bad plank, I'm gonna get in there, get his glutes going, and get it going. I'm not going to slap it, I promise. Okay? So that's what you got to do. Get people in the right position. Get people in the right position. That's personal training in group format. Okay? So that was a stability progression, an example of that. Let's take a look at a tempo progression. Let's use the push-up as an example. Okay? So tempo progression. If I'm just static, holding a basic push-up hold, obviously the easiest. We start static stationary and move to kind of a dynamic, moving type progression. All right? Now I can slow that push-up down and make it harder by eliminating the stretch reflex. So I can say, Joe, go down in 3 seconds, pause for 1, explode up, and keep going. Over the course of 50 seconds, by the way, that's 5 seconds a rep. How many reps in 50 seconds? 10. So the people that say I never do 50-second time frame, well, if you use it with tempo, it's very effective. If you set 10 reps on a, whatever, it works very well. So that would be a way to slow it down, to intensify, get more muscle work. At the same time, if Joe is doing a push-up, okay, let's go just a regular push-up. Okay, now we level 1, tight abs, tight glutes, the chest to the floor. Level 2 would be a drop push-up, so go close grip, really close. What I want you to do is keep the elbows really tight to your sides, dynamically widen out the hands to wide grip as you drop to the bottom and come right back up. It's like a jumping jack push-up with your hands. Come back up. So that's it, and come right back to the middle with both hands. So drop out, come back, close. All right? Drop push-ups. Now we're starting to load the eccentric component, but it's not as hard as a clap push-up. Level 3, we go a little further. Tight abs, tight glutes is going to clap at the top. And now that's a really advanced push-up progression. And then we go from there to here, to here, to here. If you want to touch your thoracic spine, give it a shot. Okay, and those are progressions of tempo. So we can slow it down to make it harder. We can also make it faster to make it harder. It goes both ways depending on the exercise. So far, you guys with me? Okay. Range of motion. So the first exercise, you got to push up again. If I was in a push-up position, tight abs, tight glutes. Is Joe really doing any range of motion right now? No. He's starting with the basic hold. We go from a quarter to a half to a full push-up. Okay? You can move all the way down. Full push-up. Now, if I want to increase the range of motion, I'm sorry, go ahead. You just go up and down. Relax. Okay? What would I do to increase the range of motion on that push-up? I can put yoga bricks on the floor, have his hands, dumbbells, okay? And now the chest is going past the floor, and the muscles are going, it's more work. It's more distance, more total work. That's a progression. So that was level 1, 2, 3 right there. If I wanted to do a dumbbell push-up or a extended range of motion push-up. Okay? Same thing applies with, I can elevate both feet and do an extended range of motion split squat. I can also do a 1.5 repetition. So basically Joe goes all the way down, comes up halfway, goes back down, all the way back up. So now we're doing twice as many reps in the most difficult portion of the exercise. Level 2 back off would be a 1.0 push-up. Level 1 would be a 0.5 push-up or a static hold. Okay? Working it up and down. Loading, all right? We have options to load with tools. So kettlebells, bands, dumbbells, whatever. Those are great. I prefer to intensify movements as much as possible with body weight because, again, it's risk versus reward. It keeps people safe, it's easier to teach. It's more kind of transcends fitness in general because, again, we don't always have access to equipment, right? So in a body angle progression, we use the classic push-up. All right, level 1 is an incline push-up, hands. I'm just going to say hands elevated because it kind of goes back and forth whether this is incline or decline to people, but incline push-up, tight abs, tight glutes. We move to the floor, that's level 2. Level 3, we elevate the feet, so I can flip the other way. Joe, you're in a great workout right now, man. You're going to be sweating in a second here. Elevates the feet. What would I do to make a stability progression? 1 foot off the bench. What would I do to make a tempo progression? I can have him go 3-1-X. I can have him do 5-second hold at the bottom. I can have him go 1.5, right? I can have him do explosive push-ups from this position.
I think we need to see that.
Let's see it go. Good Lord.
Lord, watch the chair, watch the chair, man, hold the chair.
That's good. I need this whole presentation. You guys can wear them out. All right, so those are ways to do that as well, right? And then again, there's the leverage we just looked at. TRX is a great training tool because it uses body angles to manipulate, the intensity of the exercise. So I love that type of stuff, and then just add load. Okay? So that's basically everything. I guess the last part would be randomization. So let's say you had a work set, and I'm going to call out exercises at random. I'll say push-ups, squats, split squats, or Coach does is kind of a chaos speed training where he'll do, you'll say shuffle, back pedal, belly. Randomization is the ultimate advanced progression because now you have to just react. It doesn't really happen a whole lot in camp, just to be honest, but it does exist as a progression, right?
Workout Muse.